Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in on another episode of Closing Bell with Mr.Stacks. Today is July 26th, and it's about 1:58 p.m. And we're going to go ahead and touch base on what took place today. I'm sorry I wasn't able to tune in this morning on the morning hype session. I kind of woke up late, had a long weekend, and just wasn't able to show up today. I do apologize. But for those of y'all that are new to the channel, we like to watch for day trades as far as stocks that we're showing momentum, volume building up in, and we're looking for a squeeze or a potential pop up here. And if this is something that you're into and you feel like you want to be updated on this information, hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up. Let me know this channel's doing justice for you, and we'll continue to update y'all on what's going on in the market. As of today, though, right now we do have 4 stocks up here on the charts that we've been kind of monitoring throughout the day. XELA Technologies is one of my favorites. You already know how we do with this stock. We've been following this for weeks, and we actually seen this jump up from a low, kind of touching back up here on one of the higher levels, as you can see that I have drawn here. This is a 30-minute chart. We're going to go ahead and zoom in on the daily. So as you can see, a couple weeks back we had a real nice climb here in price, but over the last week or so we did see a sell-off, hitting a low of about 220 or so. I know everybody was worried once we started breaking through the 250 mark, but as I said, coming down to 250, 240 Friday, I believe it was. Looking at let's go back here and look. But I believe at a certain point where I ended up buying in some more shares here. It's around like 240 or so, I would think. But I hit this level here. I told you I'd pick up some more shares, and luckily we did, because we did start to see the price come back up here, and we're now sitting around 250, right back in that same territory where we were in the safe zone. So I'm feeling confident this week we may be able to see some more push in the price, trying to move up to some of these higher levels. Not a guarantee. We are seeing still some low volume, only 18% of our daily average right now. So we would need to see the volume pick up if we were wanting this to jump up or hit some of these higher levels, especially if we're wanting to break through them. That is, we need that momentum to come in. But we're still watching this stock here. I just kind of wanted to fill y'all in, as for those that were able to take a position on this stock. Don't let these low ends scare you out of your trade. We kind of expected this to dip down to some of these areas here, and we are starting to recover, as you can see. So even though we did hit a low of 220 in the pre-market this morning, we've already pushed back up to almost 265 or so. We're still seeing some resistance here on this support level around 265, but I really feel like we're going to start moving higher here in the next coming week or so. So for those of y'all that are still holding the position, just like I am, we're still holding, and we're going to continue to see how this stock plays out here moving into the week. Support.com, y'all. For those of y'all that weren't aware of the moves here, I posted this video about a week ago on a weekend, man. I let y'all know on those short squeeze candidates. Support.com was the main one I had in focus. If you want to play back those videos, you can see exactly what I was trying to call out here. You've seen day to day, we've been just jumping up, squeezing up, gapping up, whatever you want to call it. But as you can see here, I called it back around $4 or so is when I took my position, when I started to feel like it was going to start trending up. I bought in, and as you can see, every day we pushed up higher. We hit a high of like 830 something today. We're almost breaking these high levels already, y'all, which I called last week. Please watch those videos, y'all. Get in the know. If you're new to the channel, be subscribed, hit the notification bell, be notified of when all these videos are posted, so you can get in these trades early. I'd love to make y'all some money. We can't catch them all, but we do try to pinpoint exactly some of these good trades before we end up trying to take a gamble on them. We like to look on the upside, value on the upside more than the downside. As you can see, $4 I felt was a real good buy point. As far as hitting a low level on the daily, we were already trending up. We're seeing a lot of support there, so I bought in. And right now, I feel like we're still going to push up higher. Those that are willing to want to trade this, I would still, let's kind of zoom in here a little bit, try to give you a more idea where $7 I know is a buy point area or a support level and a resistance level. I think this would be a good time to buy in if we do continue to move higher. This is something we would watch on the 5-minute chart. We would need 2 green candles to close above the VWAP, and that would be a good buy point. so we can start to see these higher numbers here. But for those of y'all that aren't aware, support.com, y'all, I called it last week. We knew this was going to squeeze up. Those of y'all that got on the trade, you should have already almost doubled your money already. This was a real good trade. I'm up a good amount of money. I pretty much doubled what I invested myself, and I'm still holding my position. We're still trying to hit these all-time highs. Looking into the daily, we have a 945. We've already almost come close to that. We did squeeze up this morning in the pre-market, but we have seen the sell-off since. But we're still holding support around the $7 mark, which I would feel is a good buy point still to buy in at here. But you don't all necessarily got to do as I do. I'm just kind of pointing out, the obvious more or less as to how I see these charts. But feel to trade at your own risk there, and hopefully everybody can make a good call as to when to get in and out of these stocks. But support.com, y'all, I'm loving this. I'm feeling it here. I'm holding my position. I'm up, a few dollars a share, and I'm feeling really happy about this trade here. TYME Technologies. I'm not sure if any of y'all are familiar with this stock. This is one that I actually seen picking up volume today in the pre-market. We're already up, 14,000% above our daily average. We usually trade around 1 million shares, 2 million shares a day. We're at 280 million shares today, y'all. And the reason I'm calling out this stock here, TYME, TYME Technologies, looking into the history as well as the institutional interest, I'm looking like there's been a lot of new positions taken on this stock here. I'm not saying that like as to buy the stock, but I'm just letting y'all know, like, we just broke out here on the daily. As you can see, today we broke out. We're holding above the 200-day moving average. We've tried to come down around 160, 150 or so, and we keep popping up. We're holding that level here, as you can see. And with all the institutional investors in it, Vanguard, Citadel, Morgan Stanley, the list goes on and on. Same as for like XELA Technologies. We've seen the institutional interest in that stock also. Well, TYME Technologies, I think, has double of what XELA Technologies has invested in it, or the interest in it. I can't necessarily say that it's on the buy-in. It could be on the sell-in also, but there's a lot of people that are taking interest in this stock, which makes me feel like people feel like this maybe have potential to squeeze up. Looking at the daily, we've already broke out today, y'all. We need to close in the green, and then tomorrow I feel like we can rally up tomorrow. Today is kind of hesitant. We've been trying to break out. We've hit a high of around like $2 or so earlier in the day, and we've come back down. We're holding levels around right here, but we're still trending up here on the 30, as you can see on the last 4 candles there. And then we started to go sideways, but we're seeing higher lows. And I'm really feeling like, if not today, this is going to probably pop off tomorrow. Maybe even in the pre-market, we'll probably break through this $2 mark. It's not a guarantee. It's just the way I'm feeling. Today we're not able to really rally like we want. We're seeing a lot of resistance, but a lot of interest in this stock, a lot of volume in this stock. I think the volume will continue into tomorrow, so we're going to definitely keep this one on the watch list. It's a good price to trade. You know how I like to get in these stocks under $10, $2, $3, ride them up to $4 or $5. Hey, that's a good win, y'all. We see a high of $4.99 back in February. Just like a lot of these other technology stocks, they all kind of move similarly. I mean, not necessarily XELA, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of them form similar charts. And technology usually moves with tech stocks, so just watch this one, y'all. Put this one on the watch list. TYME. I mean, I shouldn't have to point it out. You can see the volume, you can see the chart, and we're looking to see those higher levels here. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get a win on this one, y'all. Another one that we're looking at, EXPR. This is Express Inc. This has been a lot of gossip of this one in like the Reddit forums, Wall Street Bets back in the day, or not too far back, but there's been a history of this one also where we've tend to see a lot of volatility in this stock, a lot of upward plays. You can see we've hit highs of like $14 back in February, and today they actually had an article release where they're opening an online platform for purchasing. Announced the launch of Express Community Commerce Platform. So yeah, we've seen an uptick in the volume, but 89%, we're not necessarily pulling in what we need. We need to at least get above 100%. I'm watching this one because I'm feeling maybe come the next few days we'll start to see this volume build up. I want to see how the day ends and how we open into tomorrow. But we have started to see an upward trend on here also, as you can see. And we started to break out today, and we're starting to squeeze through the moving averages. And you know how I say when those moving averages come, they start to touch, we usually see a pop up here. So we're gonna watch this, see how it plays out here. But yeah, y'all, Express Inc. EXPR added to the watch list. I really think this one's gonna break out soon. The last one for the day is kind of just touch base on these briefly. Bit Digital. So I almost took a trade on this one early in the morning. I woke up early around like 6 a.m. Noticed there was a lot of Bitcoin movement. A lot of the stocks were moving, with the sympathy of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up, I believe like 2,000 or 3,000 since the weekend. I'm also invested in cryptocurrency, but knowing that they had a nice jump here over the weekend, we started to see a lot of these cryptocurrency stocks move, and Bit Digital was one that was really starting to move. So I wasn't really able to get on this trade. I ended up taking a trade in TYME instead. I bought 400 shares in TYME around this level here, so hopefully we can make a win on that one. But that's kind of why I didn't jump on to Bit, even though we do see some high gains in Bit Digital, which we've noticed in the past, a high of $33. Look at that. This is when Bitcoin, I believe, was at a high of also like 60,000. So we'd have to hit those levels again for us to come back up. But these move with the crypto market. So if crypto's doing good, these stocks are doing good. But just kind of pointing out the gains that we had. We went from $5.50 or so up to almost $9 already. Nice gain for a daily gain there, y'all. So those of y'all that weren't aware, Bit Digital, this one's been moving pretty well here throughout the day. There's a couple of other ones out there I've been looking at, but nothing to really get into too much as of right now. I'm kind of just watching some of these move. I'm really hoping that some of these moving into tomorrow we can make some money on. I'm confident in some of these trades, but we can't always be right on all these trades. So always know when you're going to move out of your position if you tend to go south on one of these buys. A lot of times we think we're going to buy in hoping it's going to go up, and it ends up going the other way. Just always know when to close out and get out of your trade before you end up losing more money than needed. But this is the stocks that we're going to be watching here for the next couple of days. I'm going to fill y'all in moving into the pre-market tomorrow, and we'll touch base then as to on our morning hype as to what's been playing out early morning, y'all. But appreciate everybody tuning in. For those that are new, hit the subscribe, be notified, thumbs up you liking the video, be in the know, y'all. We'll catch up with y'all tomorrow. Peace out.